see. Anyway, we are going to be kicking off our best of 5 qualifying match here on the gold map, Cosmic Sapphire. Not LE, we're over here in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player with 0 point advantage, no advantage whatsoever. Representing Alpha X all the way from the land of India, he is Demi.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire ESL, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player himself representing the Juggernauts. It is MeomaikA.
What was the agreement, with the rules and regulations?
He is very happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And we'll see. We will see how this goes here so far. Pretty standard openers. Both players. Hatchcast pool.
Yeah, pretty much mirrored for the time being. Of course, Mio did go for that little extractor trick, so he's gonna have one more drone for a little while here, but it's really not the biggest deals in a ZvZ. Not this early, anyway. And in fact, never, because it's one drone.
Only one drone. So, yeah, just a slight difference here between the two players, but only slight, only very slight. As we get into the ZvZ, and I have to wonder, Yaku, I have to wonder, in the previous series, Demi versus MeomaikA, Demi went for +1 melee every single game. Literally every single game.
Yep.
Is he going to continue with that?
I think he'll do it for one game to sort of suss out what MeomaikA is going for. He'll do it at least once, and if MeomaikA plays the exact same way, then no reason for Demi to switch it up. But of course, Demi, he was watching the previous series, he knows that MeomaikA is adaptable, so yeah, it's something that he is gonna have to keep in mind.
Yeah. That's the thing.
And Demi is reacting as well, so.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, MeomaikA, is he going to go for a Baneling Nest? Because that's how you shut down +1 melee things. That is the way to do it. We'll see. As MeomaikA, it looks like he's been tamed a little bit. He's going for his third base on time as well.
Alrighty then. Time to throw out all the notes from earlier.
True, true. To be fair, Mio did do this against Ender. That was the one game that Mio lost, if you recall.
Yeah. I do recall, yeah.
Oh. Baneling Nest being thrown down here for Demi. MeomaikA doesn't want any of that. Goes for the boring.
So seeing something a little bit similar, but not that much. A little bit of similar dichotomy being thrown down. What's going to be the tech to look out for Demi is the Evo Chamber. He's making a lot of lings, which for now is, I imagine, just going to be used to pressure the third base. But yeah, if he does commit to +1 melee, we know he is in it for the long haul.
Yeah, for the time being, there we go. Evo Chamber is thrown down. All these lings are looking to deny that third base, and without a Baneling Nest, it's really hard to hold on to it. Not impossible. We saw actually against Ender, when MeomaikA went Hatchcast pool, he actually did hold on to his third with roaches. He was able to pull that off that one game. So we'll see if that happens again. Meanwhile, we see a full scout. Demi does confirm the roach warrant for Mio.
Yeah, MeomaikA also knows that he has to take this pretty seriously. He's getting a lot of lings, just throwing down his Baneling Nest as well if need be. There's +1 that we were kind of counting on for Demi, so he is committed.
Oh yeah, he is committed, mate. Let's go. Once again, going for the +1 melee. Meanwhile, Baneling Nest on the way for MeomaikA. He's adapting. He's learning.
We'll see if he's able to get a couple of safety banes in time. He does go for a full scout with his own lings and does confirm. Oh yeah, that's a lot of units you got, Demi. What are you gonna do with him?
Oh my god, exactly. What are you going to do about all these roaches that are about to rock up? Again, these Banelings of MeomaikA are so important. Their goal here is to zone out and get rid of all these lings, because lings is all that Demi has to work with.
Yeah, and ideally, the roaches may be able to snipe the Banelings as well. In the end, The Banelings kind of cancel each other out. That was kind of funny to
well, that's 100%.
witness.
That's 100% better for Demi. That is 100% better.
It
Now he gets the
absolutely is.
surround as well on some of these roaches. 3 roaches are going to be going down. One of them does get saved. The Banelings are on the way.
And zoning out the Lings from the roaches. A couple more reinforcements for MeomaikA are in transit. And now the pendulum has swung once again. Demi has to be so careful.
Yeah, every single time. I don't know how I feel about MeomaikA trading Banelings from Banelings, but right now he does have 2 Banelings down the backside. He connects.
He does connect against a massive chunk. Just about half of the Lings of Demi get taken out. And these roaches are looking mighty unstoppable. There aren't any Lings here for Demi to get those surrounds. The Banelings are just going to tickle the roaches, pretty much.
Yeah, and you know what? +1 melee is going to finish up, but we don't have any Lings remaining here for Demi. He does have 30 Lings in production, though. He does have 30. That's a lot of Lings. He has one last chance to surround.
But how is he going to surround in a choke point, everybody wonders? Well, by going for a surround. That's the question. By having Lings in the back line, but even that is not going to be enough. More Lings are streaming in for MeomaikA.
Ooh. Exactly, and he's breaking on through. 2 roaches and 1 ravager is all you need. Every worker is going to go down. The queens are going to go down as well. No, they barely survive. Looks like MeomaikA is going to back off for the time being. It looks like Demi is holding, but MeomaikA did so much damage.
Yeah, look at that worker count difference. And MeomaikA is even comfortable enough to try to catch some of these roaches, trying to bait Demi into overextending. But it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. Lair on the way. Evo chamber as well for MeomaikA's own upgrades. He's getting fully saturated. Again, when it came to that push, sometimes you only need 1 Baneling connection to be half decent. That's exactly what we saw from MeomaikA. The zoning was insane. It was great to see him adapt on the fly to Demi's style, and that really did shut down that +1 Ling. But at least Demi held on to his third.
Yeah, so he's not going to be missing out on larva production or anything like that. He can catch back up in the worker count, as well as the army count if need be. And we'll see where he goes from here. His lair has just started a lot later than MeomaikA's. MeomaikA actually finishing up his right now.
Oh yeah, it's about to finish on Meanwhile, oh my god! Almost something run by going into the natural base, but thankfully MeomaikA does pull back in the end. We got +1 range on the way for both players. Roach, Ravager, or just play straight up Roach is going to be what our players are going to be working towards. And again, Demi has to find a way to come back in this game. He has to find a way to even up those workers, find a way to make life difficult for Mio.
But life is pretty easy right now for MeomaikA. He's in some beaches right now, as it's not too difficult. The spike crawl that was weakened up by earlier does get taken down, means that any run by towards that third base is going to be gonna have a lot higher chance, much higher chance of getting damage done, and that's exactly what MeomaikA is doing right now. He is marching his roaches across the map. +1 range is going to be done a lot quicker for him. Galileo Constitution is going to finish up soon as well, so he can just reinforce and reinforce and reinforce.
He really can. Even has that 1 Ravager to bile away at all of that larva. MeomaikA, honestly, I feel like could push through and maybe even break this position, but he doesn't like his chances. He will back off a little bit, waiting for the rest of his upgrades to finally finish up. And once they do, then he can go.
Like so.
He's about to rock on up, and does Demi have it up? He's got a decent amount of roaches, but look at just the overwhelming army here of MeomaikA.
GG is called, and MeomaikA takes game number 1.
GG, well played. A very explosive start to the series here. Again, MeomaikA adapting to how Demi has been playing.
Yeah. He is a bit more careful now. He has some defenses up against those +1 Lings, and now my eyes are a bit more on Demi to see if he switches things up, or if the age-old saying still holds true. If what you do doesn't work, do it again, but better.
We'll see if that works out here for Demi even, to try and fight back. What I will say is that, I mean, Demi's been trying this +1 melee style every single game so far, and he's not a one-trick pony. I want to make that clear. He has plenty of ways that he can play this out, especially ZvZ, so I'm not too worried for him. I do think that he can kind of pivot away from this and come at this in a bit of a different way.
Yeah. Demi's definitely one of those players who has a lot in his bag of builds. You know, usually when you see him, he does gravitate towards one style more than others, but he always makes sure to keep the other styles that he doesn't necessarily favor as much in a workable condition, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like he's got a lot of knives. He has one that he likes using the most, but he makes sure that the rest are sharp.
He does. And we'll see. I mean, he should be able to whip out some more of his knives here in a best of 5 series. I would hope so. But will they work anywhere near as well against Mio? You know, it felt like that +1 melee was maybe even like Mio's kryptonite a little bit, but suddenly, not anymore.
Yeah, he's got a new kryptonite. Anyway, we're going to be continuing our series now on Data. See, Papi. And the top right-hand corner map, surrounding all the way to the top right-hand corner, we of course have our red Zerg player coming out from the land of India. Pardon me. He is of course going to be representing Alpha X All-Mate Sushi. He is Demi.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data C, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player himself representing the Juggernauts, going for the pool first. It is MeomaikA.
Pool first versus hatch first is the dynamic that we're going for this particular game. No longer mirror.
Yeah. MeomaikA going back to his old tricks here, and I do think that this is a wise choice, especially now that he has proven to Demi that, hey, you can't keep doing the same thing against me. It's just not gonna work. Period. You have to do something different, and because he's forcing Demi to do something different, he himself is also, you know, whipping out something a little bit more unorthodox.
Yeah. Something that is unheard of in a ZvZ.
Exactly. Meanwhile, I hope the players are okay, because it seems as if someone is lagging a little bit here in this game.
Oh, is it me?
I don't know. Yeah.
See now. It is?
Is it?
You say yeah, so I assumed.
No, I there's no way for me to see your ping. Yaku.
Oh, my ping is 12.
Oh, okay, you're fine.
Okay, yeah.
Mine is like 300 to 400, which is normal for Southeast Asia, but oh boy.
Yeah. If it gets to 450, then we know there are problems.
Yeah, hopefully everything is okay. Oh boy. As we are slowly getting into this, again, nothing too crazy for the time being. We do see a couple of queens on the way for MeomaikA, looking to snipe some overlords, as he usually does. Yeah, we're really kind of waiting to see if he does end up delaying his third base, or if he even goes for roaches again.
Yeah, there are a lot of options for MeomaikA going into this game. And he chooses to open up with a Baneling Nest instead of a Roach Horn.
Yeah. Demi once again doing what he does best. You know, he's just going for his third base on time. Baneling Nest. Like, this is kind of... Everything's looking pretty standard here from Demi. It's just MeomaikA is doing things a little bit differently. He is going for that third, but he delayed it by quite a bit. He hasn't really gone for any tech yet. He didn't pull out of the gas geyser though, so he's banking up a lot of gas right now. I just don't know what it's for, as he is going for a bit of a Ling Flood.
Yeah, a lot of them are on the way. The Queens once again doing what they do best, and they're chasing away the overlords of Demi. Does confirm that Lings are coming his way though with that one scouting Ling, and he is preparing back home with a couple of Banelings.
Yeah, here we go. Bailey's already on the way, so I don't know if MeomaikA can really do too much here. Behind this, we do have that Roach one being. Oh, he has to be so careful with this Ling Bane. Oh, sorry, just Ling Bane control.
Yeah, no roaches out yet, no anything out yet, really. It's straight up just Ling Bane, and the Queen kills an Overlord, but Lings are coming back with a vengeance. No, wait, those are Meo's Lings.
Yeah, MeomaikA does turn around. He's going to come back home. He respects the defensive position of Demi. He's like, okay, you have enough Banelings. I know your control is good enough as well. I'm going to back off. I'm not going to do too much here. I at least force a reaction out of Demi. And because of that, Demi isn't that far ahead in workers. And now here come those roaches.
Yeah, I was going to say slowly but surely, but 14 of them have already been pumped out. That is kind of the advantage that you get when you go for an early gas like that, and you don't pull out the gas. Maybe go for an early third. That's what I meant.
This is scouted though, and I'm worried here because Demi is going for +1 melee again, which I mean we've seen how well it can work. MeomaikA backs off. He doesn't commit. He sees the massive amount of Lings. There are more Lings on the way, and MeomaikA doesn't want to throw away the game. He doesn't want to throw away his roaches. Instead, he'll be a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, if Meo had a couple of Banelings, or had the ability to make a couple of Banelings, then I'm sure he would have wanted to continue to commit with this push, but he doesn't.
Oh, let's go!
Now he's throwing down the Baneling, however.
Yeah, this is what I mean. He's adapted already. He recognizes, okay, you're going mass Ling again, you're going for +1 melee again, which Demi is doing, by the way. All I need to do is morph in a handful of Banelings, and I'm going to be perfectly fine.
He's evolving. That's scary.
Oh yeah, it's turning into the hive.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, MeomaikA's even ahead in workers. Demi, he has been making and amassing nothing but Lings for a long time. And if you remember, this happened in the last series on Tropical Sacrifice, where MeomaikA just kept banking and banking and banking more and more roaches and eventually pushed out and got surrounded. But this time, we've seen drones instead, but we don't see any Banelings yet. We need Banelings, otherwise MeomaikA can still be rolled over.
Yeah, a couple of them are on the way, but they're still in production. Even then, they're pretty far away. Like the use of the choke point here. This is deterring Demi for the time being. See if that changes now that the Banelings are thrown into the mix.
Yeah, we need Banelings, Puppy. We need them so desperately. Meanwhile, the Lings of MeomaikA getting fully surrounded. The Banelings of him are moving in.
+1 did finish up earlier, but the vast majority of Demi's Banelings were cancelled out, and now there's nothing to buffer for the Banelings. Oh, MeomaikA! Demi just pulled a Meo there.
Oh my god, Demi went up the ramp blindly. He checked with his face, and his face got obliterated. There were flanking Banelings waiting for him, and just like that, MeomaikA has a massive lead, not just when it comes to the army, but also in the economy. He was able to drone up. Demi forced him back the hell up and also drone.
What's that, man? He turned his head and got sucker punched.
Ah!
And now MeomaikA is pushing all the way forward. The roaches, funnily enough, zoning out the Banelings. They really don't do much of anything to the roaches, but the Banelings of MeomaikA were sniped earlier. He's trying to get a couple right now, and they're hatching right on top of the Lings. Reinforcements are coming in from Meo, and GG is called. MeomaikA finds himself a match point all of a sudden.
Wow, that's what I mean. Demi, puppy, mate. We were talking about it. The +1 melee Lings aren't working anymore. MeomaikA has learned how to make Banelings. Don't do it again. But he did it 2 games in a row. And just like that, 2 games in a row, MeomaikA takes an even bigger lead in this series.
Oh yeah, especially because there's no point advantage. Demi is going to have to reverse sweep from here if he wants to qualify for TeamLiquid StarLeague number 9.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm just watching the stream because it's about to happen again. The flank is going to happen in a couple of seconds, mate. Ah.
Oh boy, yes, I'm playing Jaws music. Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, it's
that's
still
not Jaws music. That's like the Pink Panther. That's the wrong movie, Yaku. I don't think you've seen Jaws.
Actually, Sharknado. It's basically the same thing.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Sharknado is not Jaws.
Oh boy, yeah. Just looking at chat, catch up to that as well. That was, I think, one of the juicy. I feel like I have a theory that Zerg players, you know, they get a set amount of juicy Baneling connections. It's like one of those moments where you just roll a natural 20, and that only happens like a certain amount of times throughout a Zerg player's career.
Yeah.
That was one of them for MeomaikA.
That was one of them. That was a very important one as well, like in a qualifying match, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, qualifying, pretty much all comes down to this. Whoever wins this map, you know, if it's whoever wins this map is essentially going to win the whole thing. I mean, that's not what the rules are, but I'll extrapolate and expand on that later on. It's Tropical Sacrifice, the map that we're on. Here in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. Our red Zerg player coming down from the Jewel of India. He, of course, is going to be representing Alpha X. He is the Sharknado himself. He should Archon of Hurricane. We can call him the Sharknado. He is Demi.
Oh my god, hold on. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Tropical Sacrifice ESL, going for the pool first once again. We have the Vietnamese Zerg player himself. He is a blue representing the Juggernauts. It is MeomaikA. May I press the wrong button when you introed your player?
Yeah.
Like, it's getting late, okay? It's getting late.
Yeah, it is. It very much is.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you know, I was saying, MeomaikA, he wins this map. He qualifies for TSL number 9. If Demi wins this map, well, he gets himself a little bit of momentum to hopefully keep going from here.
Yeah, that's the thing. It would be crazy if we see a 3-0 reverse sweep. If we did, it would make some sense, but like I do hope we get more games out of this series. You know, Demi is a great player. He has more in his arsenal, as you were talking about earlier, with those knives and their sharpness and all that stuff. But Mio gonna be avoiding the Overlord sneaking past with his 6 lings.
Dude.
Oh, but he's gonna run into the second. No, he doesn't.
Dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, technically Demi does have a couple of links in production back home. He didn't pull out a gas either. So we'll be able to get link speed in them and potentially go for a counterattack as well. But yeah, these lings can definitely wreak a little bit of havoc. Can they get a drone? They can get a drone.
Oh, they...
Will they get a drone? They don't get a drone.
They do not get the drone in the end. They do force some lost mine time. They want the drone so badly, but no, in the end, they will not get it. Oh, forces Demi to make a handful more lings. And yeah, this is just a little nice way for MeomaikA to get ahead in that drone count.
Yeah, he kind of shakes up Demi a little bit here. He shakes up the foundation a little bit. You know, makes him think, is there an earthquake coming down? Not really, but, you know, it's like psychologically. He's shook off.
Yeah, and speaking of psychological shaking, Mio's going for a lair.
Yo, how many gases?
How many gases? Is he ballsy enough to go Muta against the Southeast Asian Muta King? Demi, a player who we haven't casted too much today, but known for his Muta control, known for his desire to make nothing but mutas. Would Mio do him dirty like that?
He would try. Not sure if he would succeed.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. What's important is that MeomaikA did end up. Oh god.
Ooh.
The link gets in. This is an important scout. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll confirm that's a very early lair being thrown down by MeomaikA.
All 4 gases.
All 4 gases have been taken.
Exactly.
He's going for early lurkers. No.
So we should be seeing 2-base Spire coming out here. There we go. The Spire gets thrown down. Demi did see the lair. He did not see the gases though. So he got a piece of the puzzle, not the entire puzzle. He saw the Roach Warren as a part of a wall, but he also saw that there wasn't a wall. So he's getting like conflicting information. He needs to figure out what's going on so he can get anti-air so he doesn't just die immediately. But MeomaikA just fully walls off.
And this is a little bit of a tell.
Oh.
Demi is trying to go in for a bit of a follow-up scout.
Yeah.
And that is a little bit of a tell, but, you know, at the same time, he could be thinking, okay, that was just a wall thrown up to prevent my lings from getting in. It's, yeah, he's not committing to fully walling off. Then again, he's got something to hide.
Yeah. So a couple of things happened here. Demi saw the wall, which is suspect. He also knows that there was a fast lair, and he also saw that the Roach Warren wasn't researching. So it's either going to be Nidus or Spire or Fast Hydras, right? And some of those are more likely than others. We do see that Demi, he spreads out his overlords just in case there is a Nidus in his main base. You know, he's making sure he has vision everywhere that he needs it. He's being active with his links as well, trying to deny any kind of scouting. But he doesn't have a lot of anti-air. Does have queens, but no spores.
Yeah. This is a little bit of an issue. I mean, let's look at what he does have. He is getting a couple of roaches, so maybe if he really commits to that, he could go across the map and try to cause some damage there. He is getting +1, and a lair is about to finish up for him, so maybe a Hydra then could be the solution, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is lucky for Demi, is MeomaikA is wasting time killing overlords, not just immediately going across the map. So because that Demi has plenty of time to respond, he shouldn't be losing too many drones, just overlords and map presence.
Yeah, which is definitely not ideal, but it is something you can sacrifice just to stay in it a little longer, you know, macro up, tech up from there, and then eventually you can turn the tables.
Oh, even catches a couple. Yeah, a couple of transferring workers do get caught out. More overlords as well here in the main base. Demi already supply blocked, making 4 overlords.
Yeah, not ideal. Again, not a lot of larva. He doesn't have a lot of larva to really work with right now.
Oof. Meanwhile, one of these mutas does get taken out by the spore. The mutas, it looks like they've served their purpose. We have 5 mutas in total, enough to one-shot, but oh, another muta gets taken out. Behind this, roach push is coming.
A very hardy and meaty roach push at that. A little surprised MeomaikA hasn't gone for a +2 yet.
Yeah, +1 is done. We are equal now, and when it comes to those upgrades, with the help of the queens, MeomaikA is not going to be able to break on through. He cannot push up this ramp.
Yeah, even with his realist, there's just a little too much health in the defense of the Demi.
Yeah, and because MeomaikA was a little bit slow, because I think he thought he could maybe end the game then and there, +2 is starting at the same time for both players.
Yeah, not ideal as the player who got hide, or lair, sorry, much quicker. And even overextends to kill that third base. I mean, killing the third is nice, but he's sacrificing all of his roaches to do so.
That's the thing, like, is this worth it? So many roaches just went down. Looking at the units lost, had 26 roaches! 26! And now Demi is free to push out across the map. He's going to be slowed down by these mutas, but there are only 3 mutas. Like, they're going to tickle these roaches.
Yeah, and roaches, they don't have asthma. They're not going to die to tickles.
Is that a thing that happens?
It almost happened to me.
Yakuzaku,
really good positioning, though, on top of this ramp, and MeomaikA is able to chase his back. He buys himself even more time.
Yeah, here we go. MeomaikA is able to hold on, and the mutas are slowly going to deal with all of these roaches. Fun fact, though, Demi is going for his own Spire. He's thinking about going for his own mutas.
Return of the Muta King. You'll love to see it.
Boy, now it's MeomaikA's starting to get a little bit of supply block. Meanwhile, I guess this means that it was worth it for Meo to take down this third base. Like, we thought maybe, like, losing that many roaches would be a little bit too much, but no. Calculated, mate. Calculated.
Yeah, the risk he took was calculated, and he's pretty good at math.
Exactly, and now MeomaikA can establish his own third base, get it up and running as well. He is behind when it comes to the worker count overall, and I'm a little bit scared for him because Demi does have the Spire, +1 air attack is on the way, and Demi, he can just go into his own mutas if he wanted to and like overwhelm whatever it is that MeomaikA has.
Well, he could, but it's going to be difficult to overwhelm roaches on the ground. Especially if there's that many roaches in particular. Ravagers maybe, but Demi's actually the player more than Ravagers.
Yeah, interesting choice. That is a decent amount of gas being invested there instead. Meanwhile, the mutas keep trying to deal some damage, and they pick off a tumor.
And 2 more take its place.
Oh boy, as the game is slowing down a little bit again, Demi's still ahead when it comes to the overall supply. Demi doesn't quite have the lead when it comes to roaches, actually, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I mean, that investment into Spire did definitely cut in a little bit to his forces. Really good battles being thrown down, though. And the transfuses as well. This is a massive concave for Demi. And MeomaikA pushed back quite a bit.
Yeah, he cannot break into the third base at all. Demi has held beautifully, and now he has an even bigger lead here. He's got the supply, he's got the drones. MeomaikA struggling to kind of find a way back into this. He's trying to take a 4th base, which is nice. But yeah, I don't really know what he can really do. He can try and maybe slip on in and find a way into the natural or find a free base, but unfortunately the 4th just wasn't here yet.
Yeah, you can't snipe a free base if the base isn't up.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Good. Demi actually decides to expand towards the north instead. Okay, interesting.
A bit of a safer choice, IMO. There's only one entrance into that base in particular. It's also relatively close-ish to MeomaikA's side of the map. You can use it as a launch pad if need be.
Yeah, not bad at all. Meanwhile, both players are now maxing out. Demi taking up even further, going for a hydrogen, even supplementing his army with a handful of mutas. I love this. I do think this is gonna work wonders for him. MeomaikA still stuck on Roach Muta himself. To be fair, I don't think hydras are that important right now, but Demi can set himself up to eventually go into lurkers.
Yeah, and that's really gonna flip this dynamic on its head. Lurkers completely shred through roaches like they were nothing, essentially. MeomaikA does have a slight upgrade advantage, so maybe he can push on through and take an engagement, but we'll see.
Okay, he's gonna try to push on in, and he's gonna take so many biles to the face, but because of his number advantage, he's gonna be able to break on through a little bit. Oh my god.
Yeah, he is dodging a couple of biles here and there, able to sort of segment the roach army of Demi. A lot of roaches are on the way right now for Demi. A lot of reinforcing roaches, but they will be split up. They will be a little bit isolated as they hatch.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, across the map, the mutas of Demi are also wreaking havoc. They're also getting drone after drone here, but the roach count for MeomaikA is maybe a little bit too strong. I underestimated the power of his +1 carapace timing because, again, that fight was all with an upgrade advantage for MeomaikA. Has to be careful not to lose too much here, though, because, he is bleeding out. Or is he?
Yeah. He was bleeding out in one area, but then got a blood transfusion in another.
Yeah, he's trying to break on through, but with the defensive mutas, I don't know if he really can. Even if he kills all these roaches, I don't know how much economic damage he can really get done.
Yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. A lot of the defensive advantage is really helping out Demi a ton. Reinforcements are coming in. Even though MeomaikA, he's winning the initial engagements, there's no way he can take a sustained fight in this position, so he backs away.
He will back away, and after all said and done, we are equal in drone counts, which is crazy.
50, yeah.
Demi does have the advantage when it comes to mutas. He's a +1 air attack mutas, by the way, but Meo is working on hydras.
Yeah, it's one way of countering the mutalists.
Yeah, so I do think that Mio's army overall is going to be a little bit stronger, but Mio's losing a lot of these overlords in the middle of the map. Demi is re-droning, he's regathering his strength. God. Both players, in a way, kind of bounce off each other, but Demi has the control.
And he is making full use of it. Spore Crawlers being acting as a little bit of a deterrent. Not a massive one, though.
Yeah, hydras have been revealed, by the way, so now Demi knows about the hydras in that army. Ooh. Let's be a little bit careful. Obviously, he's not going to be investing even further into these mutas.
That's what we think.
This. Now we're just gonna calm down, remax, and we'll do that all over again.
Yeah, welcome to ZvZ.
As MeomaikA's pushing out across the map, Demi is ready to meet him though, so I don't know if pushing up this ramp, yeah, it's not gonna work.
Well, he was thinking about it, but yeah, Roach is at the top of the ramp to sway him.
Yeah, MeomaikA does have an upgrade advantage. He does have 2-2, but pushing up into this concave, it's not gonna really work out for him, or it shouldn't work out.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't. Unless... No, it really shouldn't. Unless...
Yeah, I mean, Mio, he's doing a lot of damage right now. His Hydras are putting in a lot of work. But, oh god, the defense is just a little bit too good. And MeomaikA, he doesn't want to lose his Hydras. Oh no!
Yeah, the Roaches have already been taken out. That was a big buffer unit for MeomaikA. He's continuing to reinforce, and look at the supply. It's in MeomaikA's favor, but I'm not sure if this fight is really representative of that.
Yeah, that was some really interesting Hydra control there. Like, these Hydras have just done so much for themselves. Jesus Christ. The overall army control was insane there by Mio. He kept those Hydras alive for so long, and they were doing so much in that back line.
Yeah, arguably way too much, and the Roach deserves to. MeomaikA coming in from just about every angle here, and is really starting to clean out Demi's base, or all of his defenses, really.
It's a little bit too much, and MeomaikA, he was angry. He was upset about the last series that he played with Demi, because here he comes, 3-0. MeomaikA qualifies for TeamLiquid StarLeague number 9.
Ever any doubt? Well, yeah, I doubted him a bit. But GG, well played in the end here. MeomaikA will be the Oceanic region representative for TSL number 9.
Yeah, GG, really well played. That was a nail biter of a final game. But I really appreciate the subtle unit control there by Mio. Like, he had like 7 Hydras with his army, but they were almost the equivalent of like having immortals in a PvP stalker versus stalker battle. Like, they were there just chilling, and they were just doing so much, and they just weren't dying either. And like,
they soaked up quite a bit of damage, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, but like, he was keeping them alive, and he was also being very careful, making sure that there was at least 1 or 2 roaches in front of them. And even if there weren't that many, like, still, like, because of the high DPS output, it was crazy. Yeah, I'm a little bit in shock. Jeez, GG.
Well played, very well played going on over there. Once again, congratulations to MeomaikA, and congratulations to Demi as well for, you know, making it to the finals in the first place from the winners bracket.
Oh yeah, from that winners bracket, you know, Demi did well for himself to make it this far. Unfortunately, it just barely wasn't meant to be. A bit of a feels bad, man. He came so close, but I hope he's happy with his improvement. Coming second isn't an easy feat here in Oceania, so again, I hope Demi can walk away with that and look to improve himself even more for something like even the DreamHack Atlanta qualifiers later on this year, or even the Asia server qualifiers. You know, there is still another chance to qualify.
There really is. Technically 3 more chances, but yeah, the Asia server qualifier is best suited, considering.
Oh yeah. And with that, GG. Well played.
Very, yeah. We are, again, would like to give some congratulations over to MeomaikA. He's kind of done the triple crown, qualifying for the 3 big offline events. Obviously, only not going to be able to play in at least one of them, but at least he did qualify. We are going to be heading over, or at least the CranKy Ducklings are going to be heading over to the Asia server, where we already have some surprising results going on there in the upper bracket finals. Jeshe has taken out time 2-0 and is currently waiting in that qualifying match.
Oh, wow. A result I did not expect. I know Time has had some trouble with Protoss players in the past, but for Jeshi to take him down, very impressive there. Very impressive. Oh, but again, I just also want to give a bit of a shout out to players like Ender, Azure, Pez, Starduck as well. We casted him earlier, Demi. They may not have qualified, but they put on a really good show. And I hope that we continue to see more of them in future qualifiers. It was great to see him turn out here and represent their respective nations. Wasn't enough to bring down MeomaikA, but still really good showing nonetheless.
Yeah, it was really good to see them back here in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Great to catch them a little bit now, and yeah, really great to be able to just catch them. We once again would like to apologize to Piglet, as we did forget to remind him of that, but yeah, regardless, great qualifying event so far.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Great qualifying events, and there's plenty more where that came from. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves here. Thank you so much to Phoenix in the chat for subscribing for 32 months in a row. That's a lot of months.
Hey! How many quacks is that?
Oh my god. It's a lot of quacks, mate. That's a lot of quacks. More quacks than we can do right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. We are going to be going on a short break, duct tape break, as we get ready for the Chinese qualifiers. Before that happens, Yaku, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
You
so much
as well
for casting.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on.
And where can people find you, Yaku? Where can they find you?
In Adobe InDesign, most likely. Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. Yes, sometimes I stream. Usually I don't. I'm not gonna stream this month. And Twitter.com at Empora Yakuzaku over here. I think you can actually don't remember if the overlay has it or not. That's my Twitter at. Sometimes I tweet. Usually I don't. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat. That's the CranKy Ducklings Discord server. I'm there. Light is there. And a lot of other people are there, like, say, Asha Bro is there as well.
Yeah, a lot of people are there, so you can be a part of that Discord server if you wish. And yeah, with that, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Again, we're going to go on a short duct tape break, and then when we return, I will have another pseudo duckling with me.
Yeah, like a chicken.
Yes. What?
Or a goose. Pseudo duck.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back soon. Ah!
Bye.